Ему 21 год. Рост 180 сантиметров, а вес 75 килограммов ровно. Мастер спорта международного класса, двукратный чемпион Азии среди молодежи, бронзовый призер чемпионата мира в Ташкенте из Намангана, Узбекистан, Alohon Abdullayev. Боксеру в золотом углу 31 год. Рост 183 сантиметра, вес также 75 килограммов ровно. Как и его соперник, носит звание мастера спорта международного класса. Он трехкратный чемпион Казахстана, чемпион Азии среди молодежи, победитель всемирной серии бокса, не знающий поражений, с рекордом 8 боев, 8 побед, 2 из них нокаутом, из Алматы, Казахстан, Сапарбай Айдаров.
So Aidarov in the white, Abdullayev in the black.
Рефери боя Сергей Журкин, Россия.
Head up, no low blow, no holding. Listen and follow, Mike. Okay? Good luck.
Sergei Zhurkin with the final instructions, 8 rounds. At super middleweight, 10 years between them in age. And that's the main difference, really, when you look at that tail of the tape. It is significant. Aidarov and Abdullayev, both southpaws.
Head up, head up.
Just reaching with the left hand there, Aidarov was short with it, but Abdullayev had taken his feet well out of range, wasn't able to really capitalise.
No slipping, no slipping.
These two just circling each other in the early stages in this opening minute. It's Aidarov who's got the centre of the ring, and Abdullayev who is moving around him and just reaching again for the jab there. Aidarov and Abdullayev falling just short. Neither one really managing to find their range just yet. They're both going to have to take their feet in a bit further, commit that little bit more if they're really going to land, and neither really wants to, not at this early stage. He did there though, Aidarov looking to try and whip off the combination, but didn't land.
No holding, no holding.
It's a good stiff jab from Aidarov.
No holding, go.
Right hand into the body from Abdullayev was a decent shot. Not much in this opening round, not much at all. Dips his knees and looks to try and stoop in with that right to the body there, Abdullayev. Aidarov just planting his feet a bit wider towards the end of the round. Got caught with the left hand there. Again, just dropping that height and looking to land that jab. And he's just warming up a bit towards the final 30 seconds. They had a good look at each other, these two. Now it looks like they're getting more down to business. And again, that's good work from Abdullayev. The left hand just slid over the shoulder. He rolled underneath it and then got himself into a position where he could throw.
Stop.
good work to the body at times from Aydarov. He's the longer and leaner of the two. He's got that reach advantage. Abdullayev looks to try and get tight and throw hooks for the most part, when he's really looking to be aggressive anyway.
Второй раунд.
No holding, okay? No holding. Step back. Step back. No low blow, okay? Box.
Starting the round off orthodox here, Abdullayev. Good use of the jab. Just waving loads of gloves up nice and high, trying to distract Aydarov and maybe tempt him into...
Assalomu alaykum aziz kuzatuvchilar. Alohon Abdullayev jangi boshlandi. Biroz oldinroq boshlamoqchi edim. Ozgina ulgura olmadim. Shunga do'stlar ogohlantirishdan bexabar qoldirdim sizlarni. Do'stlar, videoga like bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yamiz hamyurtimizni. To'g'risi hozir raqibi haqida ham yaxshi ma'lumotga ega emasman. Alohon O'zbekistonda 75 kilogramda birinchi raqamli sportchilaridan. Olimpiadaga bora olmagan sababi bu vaznda 75 kilogramda Olimpiadada jang yo'q. 71 kilogram bor. Alohon Abdullayev 75 dan pastga tusha olmasligi uchun Olimpiadaga bora olmadi. Do'stlar, kelinglar ozgina kichkina mehnatimizni qo'llab-quvvatlagan holatda videoga bitta like bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yamiz. Namangan o'g'loni Alohon dadasini yaxshi taniyman. Dadasi yaqinda o'zi ham jangchi, juda ham yaxshi sportchi.
Long right hand into the body, looking for a smearing right off the back of that. And he's put Aydarov into his shell a bit this round, to be honest. Abdullayev has dominated things right from the start.
No holding, no holding.
Wasn't much in round one, but he's definitely won round two. At this point anyway, Aydarov will have to do something significant in the remaining 30 seconds for that not to be the case.
Akalar, 200 dan oshiq odam kuzatib turgan ekan. Shu kanalimiz ozgina statistikasi pastga tushib ketgan. Iltimos sizlardan like bosib, kommentlarni bosib, qo'llab-quvvatlab qo'yinglar. Mana shu kanalimizga ham ozgina topga chiqishga yordam beringlar. Hammaga omad.
Used that jab well. Just flicking it up from the waist. I think he's travelling a bit further than Aydarov thinks it's going to. He thinks he's out of range probably, and then all of a sudden finds out he's not.
Box.
He's got good feet, Abdullayev, nice and mobile. You see an awful lot of southpaws boxing out of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. And stylistically, they are often quite similar. The two schools are not exactly the same, but there are similarities between the two. And what they're really good at is just getting in with those feet, rattling off 2-3 punches, and then just pulling their feet back out. He actually nearly lost his balance there as he just chased that left hand in a bit, but quickly got it back. And their feet are almost always the same distance apart. Where the front one goes, the back one follows. To generate real power, you need to plant those feet a bit wider. Stop, set yourself, and really hit hard. That's what gives you that potential lights out power, that ability just to set yourself for that split second. Something that as yet it doesn't really do midway through the round. But Idrov's finding it very difficult to get to him. It's not like he's up on his toes, flying all around the ring. But he's certainly mobile enough. And again there, that's lovely and quick. Dips the knees, in with the lead right hand to the body, and then he's away again. And Aidara tries to close the gap there, and again, he's just pulling those feet back. There's that lead right, that's an up jab really, you would probably describe that now as a screw shot maybe, because it came in off centre, in from the angle. And those are difficult to read because they burst up into a fighter's eye line. You don't really see them until quite late. The gamble on behalf of the fighter who throws it is that you're carrying your hands low if you throw punches like that, because you are flicking them up or planting them up from the waist, from below the waist sometimes.
Black boxing.
Referee just telling Abdullayev there that he might want to engage a little bit more. But this is another round that he's won.
Stop.
Qadrli kuzatuvchilar, kanalimiz a'zolari, bizni kuzatib turganlar, videoga like bosib, hamyurtimizga omad tilab, qo'llab-quvvatlab turamiz do'stlar. Alohon Abdullayev jang qilmoqda. 75 kilogramda qozog'istonlik sportchiga qarshi do'stlar. Hoppa, mana zo'r zarbalar bo'pti. Alohon, malades. Videoga like bosib, hadisha qilib turamiz.
And there's that jab, that up jab as I described it. Gets real good power on it, turns the hip into it as he throws it. So into the fourth, the schedule for 8. Idrov's got to try and do something to knock Abdullayev out of his rhythm. It will be easier said than done, but he has to try and close that gap, throw that jab, try and use that reach, and put some pressure on him, basically. Don't worry too much maybe about hitting him in the head, because that's a fairly elusive target. Just anywhere else will do, though. Shoulders, biceps, chest, something, just to make sure that you just feel something on the end of your glove, because he hasn't had that feeling for a couple of rounds, and it can get a bit demoralising. And it also means that the attacks that Abdullayev is trying to build will be halted if you can just land on him and knock him off balance. If the fighter loses that balance, really they need to step off, reset, start again. Adarov looking for that right hand into the body, maybe was just slightly low. Both of these two have got that waistband pretty much exactly where it should be, I would say. So it'll be the top of the belt that's the borderline. Anything on the belt will probably be deemed a foul.
Head up.
And he is trying to walk him down a little bit here, Aydarov, in this round. He's trying to put the pressure on Abdullayev, who is happy, just as he is at the minute, to take a little bit of time out, stay out of the way.
Black boxing.
And the referee telling him, again, black boxing is what he's saying to him. And what he means is, you need to engage more. People haven't come here to see you skip around the outside of the ring. He's got to keep doing this, Aydarov. Just keep those feet nice and urgent. He doesn't have to run around after him, but just try and stay on top of him, because we've got 4 rounds to go here, and the way that Abdullayev is going about this, there is a lot of movement, and it is tiring. He's up at halfway. Not an awful lot has happened in this round, to be honest, but it's that kind of work with the jab, that superior boxing, really, that will probably win in the round. But Aydarov, as I say, has just got to just keep covering his foot movement off if he can, and then just punch, hit something. That was a better round for Aydarov.
Qadrli do'stlar, zo'r jang bo'lmoqda. Hamyurtimiz Alohon Abdullayev juda ham yaxshi jang qilmoqda do'stlar. Kelinglar, hamyurtimiz qo'llab-quvvatlagan holatda bitta like bosamiz va kommentariyada omad tilab qolamiz do'stlar. 200 tadan oshiq odam kuzatib turgan ekan, likelarning soni 100 tadan oshiq. Bu juda ham kam. Kelinglar, poddesha qilib, likelarni ko'p bosamiz va hamyurtimizni dunyoga tanitamiz.
Box.
So into the 5th, into the second half of the fight. Safa by Aydarov in the white, Alohon Abdullayev in the black. Abdullayev is up at halfway. And maybe in that previous round he was just conserving a little bit of energy. Only those 2 pro fighters are mentioned, and those were both a couple of years ago. Since then he's been competing at elite amateur level, which is 3 3-minute rounds, of course, and this is scheduled for 8, so that is a big difference. And again, plenty of movement in this round. Aydarov, in the previous round, what he did well was he tried to keep that pressure on Abdullayev, and he needs to go again there. Stepped in, rattled off the combination. Abdullayev didn't really move, he stayed on the ropes, and he needed to step in again and let his hands go in exactly the same manner there, Aydarov, and this is good. But again there, he's pushed it back into the ropes there, he fired off the combination. He needs to follow through with it, because Abdullayev doesn't want that kind of fight. He absolutely doesn't. I think he is a bit worried about the duration here. Aydarov is a more experienced guy, he needs to get on him. (8-0) Aydarov. Split decision win over 8 in August 2020 is the closest he's been run. Other than that, he doesn't really seem to have dropped around, but at the minute, he is behind. But this is still a winnable fight for him, because it's not very positive what Abdullayev is doing here. And judges often won't look particularly kindly on this. In a round where not much has landed, they will favour the fighter who's been looking to try and make things happen, and I think that is absolutely correct. Looks outside of the ring there, Abdullayev. After he made Aidorov miss with a big left hand. So 5 deep, and I would go Aidorov's way with that round. I think 2, 3 and 4 Abdullayev won. There wasn't much in round 1.
Do'stlar, bu jang juda ham kuchli bo'ldi. Raqib ham ochildi va Alohon ham juda ham yaxshi zarbalar berdi. Ko'ramiz do'stlar, yana 2 raund bor, 8 raundli jang ekan. Alohon Abdullayev o'zi 8 raund jang qilmagan hali. Ko'ramiz qani 8 raundda o'zini qanday tutishini. Ko'plab janglarida 4 raund va 6 raundlarda jang qilgan va havaskor sportda bilasizlar. 3 raund urushadi, 3 minutdan urushadi. 9 minut urushgan sportchi ko'proq. Endi 8 raundga moslashadi. Omad tilaymiz do'stlar. Videoga like bosamiz. Bugun Hasanboy Do'stmatov Olimpiadada final jangini o'tkazadi do'stlar. Jonli efir ko'rmoqchi bo'lsanglar, soat 1:30 da boshlanadi. Telegram kanalimizda bo'ladi efir. O'tib obuna bo'lib qo'yinglar.
But in pro boxing, that's not really the name of the game. Or rather, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to do that for 8 rounds. Into the 6th here, Aidarov, as I've been saying, needs to try and keep that pressure on. He's not a fighter who really has too many gears, you wouldn't say, the Kazakh. He's not all that explosive. But you've just got to try and roll in on your man. And just keep doing it. He wants to keep everything on the outside, Abdullayev. There's a couple of lead left-hand jabs, and then he dips his knees, throws a right hand into the body, and then pulls straight back out again. And Aidarov cannot let him just pocket these rounds by landing these single shots from the outside. He cannot let him do that. It's easy for me to say, but he has to commit to some attacks. Because at the minute, in this round, he's just following Abdullayev around the ring a touch. That kind of distance there, he needs to let go. Throws the jab eventually, but he's got to let something go there. Follow it up. It isn't easy, as you can see there. He leads off with the right hand, and Abdullayev just rolls away underneath it. Decent looking right hand there from Aidarov, and then quickens up those feet to try and get after Abdullayev. But Abdullayev is winning this round. He's winning this round with those single punches. Referee tells him again that he needs to engage more, but I very much doubt that he's going to take a point from that in the time that we have remaining.
Head up, Black. Stop. Step back. Head up.
Qadrli do'stlar, 6-raund ham o'z nihoyasiga yetdi. Alohon ochildi 6-raundda, qanaqangidir kuch keldi. 5-raunddagi holatdan ko'ra 6-raundda juda ham yaxshi ko'rindi do'stlar. Sizlarga ham shunaqa tuyulgan bo'lsa, fikringizni yozib qoldiring. Mana zarbalarni qaranglar, zarbalarni. Juda ham yorqin jang bo'lmoqda do'stlar. Bu juda ham yaxshi boks bo'lmoqda. Bu oddiy boks emas. O'zbekistonlik hamyurtimiz o'z kuchini, o'z o'sha Yangiboddagi To'lqin akani va Rahimjon akani murabbiylarni vazifalarini bajarib
But it'll be interesting to see how things develop for
Shu
him as he
texnikasini ko'rsatmoqda
more as a
do'stlar.
pro, because doing it
Omad
the way
tilab
he's
qolamiz
doing
Xamyurtimizga, videoga
the
like
way
bosib
that he
qo'yamiz.
moves and doesn't really set himself when he punches, it's going to be hard because
Step back.
he's looking at fighting over the duration. And you have to pick your punches really well for that. And as I say, pro judges don't always necessarily like it all that much. But it's early days, he can certainly develop stylistically, and as I say, he's been in that elite amateur mode in more recent times. And the interesting things about pros being allowed to box in the amateurs and pursue those two different careers, if you like, concurrently, is that they are very different. And fighters who have done that or gone back to amateurs after turning pro and done well, generally their pro careers have stalled because the standard is that high. You can't just be boxing at a high level as a pro and then decide to nip back into a qualifier, qualify for something, and then just turn up at the tournament and bash everybody up. That's what the detractors say, that's what they object to, but it just never happens because it's simply too difficult for that. And it's why you don't see really big established professionals at the top of the sport just make that foray back into the amateurs, because they know, having come through that system, how different it is and how difficult it is.
Head up, Black. Black, head up. No holding, Black. Black, no holding. Step back. Step back. Break.
Nice long left hand there from Aidarov.
No holding, Black, no holding. No holding, step back. Black, head up. No holding, Black. Black, no holding. Step back, Black. Step back. Stop! Stop! Black. No holding. Stop. No holding. Box. Stop.
Bell goes to signal the end of the round. One more to go here in this second fight of the night. And Aidarov just not able really to cut the ring off on Abdullayev and do enough to take enough of these rounds. Abdullayev is a skillful fighter.
Восьмой финальный раунд.
Бокс. Пробку уберите.
Into the final round. Abdullayev in the black, Aidarov in the white. Abdullayev winning the fight. skillful all-round fighter, good technique, elusive, accurate enough certainly. Finishes on the right hook there, Abdullayev. And then again just moves those feet. We've seen plenty of that over the course of the 8 rounds, and his conditioning is held up. Aydarov hasn't really been able to put that concerted pressure on him. A lot of the reason for that is his footwork. He's able to get himself out of tight spots. He's able to see them coming and manoeuvre away from those sorts of situations pretty easily.
No low blow, Black. No holding. Break! No holding, no holding. No holding. Break!
So, final 30 seconds.
Head up. Box.
Aydarov has stuck to the task here. But Abdullayev has proved a very difficult target to pin down, and a good example of it there. He lets go with the jab, Aydarov, and Abdullayev just on the outside, able to pull that weight onto the back foot. His reflexes are good. His feet are underneath him, which is what allows him to just pull that weight back with those hands down and stay out of the way. And there goes the final bell. And it's a good performance from Abdullayev. As I say, there's a reasonable amount that needs to be added there if he's to succeed in the pro ranks, but it's early. And all those things he achieved as an amateur, the Asian Under-22s, the World Championships bronze medal, they were done at a young age because he's still only 21. So there are definite possibilities with him. Stoops in with that jab, and that previous replay, and dips at the waist, rolls under the right hand and slips off. And really we could look at 10-second periods from the entire fight and you would get a good idea of the skill set that Abdullayev has got. But that's his first pro fight for a couple of years, and it's an 8-rounder too.
Дамы и господа, в этом поединке двух больших мастеров своего дела, каждый из участников которого заслужил ваши аплодисменты. Единогласным решением судей победу по очкам одержал из черного угла Alohon Abdullayevni.
as we
Qadrli
expected.
do'stlar, hamyurtimiz Alohon Abdullayevni tabriklab qo'yamiz va videoga like bosib, hamyurtimizni qo'llab-quvvatlab, omad tilab qolamiz do'stlar. Keyingi janglariga ham bu professional jangda 8 raundli jang bo'lib o'tdi. Birinchi marta 8 raundli jang o'tkazdi do'stlar. Va hamyurtimizga omad tilab qo'yamiz.
Box both codes, as you are absolutely allowed to do, and as plenty of people are doing, or will he concentrate on pro boxing from here on in? He's got a good skill set.
Международный боксерская